Hello again. I was just building one of my models and I realised I've still got an unboxing to do, and it's from the mystery that I said I would reveal on May the 29th. That's because this was one of my birthday presents and, well, I wasn't allowed to open it till my birthday. This brown box. I don't actually think I got any comments of what people thought it was. But it doesn't matter anyway, because my priority is to open it and get it done. I also promised I would make this video whether people did the thing or not. So, let's just reveal what it is. It is the Airfix Grumman duck. The Grumman duck is a really interesting amphibious aircraft. There are a few choices it could have been. I think lots of people might have thought it might have been I think it's the Gosling or the Widgeon. I think Airfix also produced. I didn't say it was Airfix, but I said it was a amphibious aircraft, 172, boxed 6 times, first released in 1968, which is all true. I love this box art showing it over Alaska, and I really do love this scheme. The other one I liked was the orange one. This one comes with like a blue and then red with nice silver wings, and mainly all the control surfaces are red. But we also have this Argentine version. So let's get it unboxed. Now, this is the first time I've seen this. I bought this with my grandparents, as they wanted me to pick out a present that I could get, and, well, I picked out this. It was a bit more expensive than the rest, because this was by a little local store that was mainly a craft store, and they had a lot of old Airfix. And because it's in a larger box, they were selling it for a lot more than it's probably worth. But, wait. Oh, okay. So, let's get everything out. I'll quickly show off the edges. I want to make a build video of this, as no one has done a proper one. I know Frankie Day has done them, but I do like more bite-sized modelling unboxings and builds. So let's read the information there. The 10th Rescue Squadron, United States Air Force, Elmendorf, Alaska, 1948. Or, oh god. Well, I'm not even going to attempt to read this. This isn't a comedy channel, so I'm not going to make a fool of myself reading some words in another language. We'll come back to the instructions and the decals. Let's get this bag of parts open. I'm trying to remember where I put the scissors. Never mind, I'm just going to use my craft knife. I think this is the first unboxing you've seen on this channel where I've never actually looked inside. You know, the kit was sealed. All the rest I've looked in before. That's just so I roughly know what's going on. Let's move those instructions out of the way, because they're a surprise for later. Overall, it's quite a big fuselage. Oh, this ruler's a bit dirty. Oh, never mind. Let's just... Okay, well, that's the measurement. It's quite big. It's about a medium-sized craft. You have this window which is supposed to be painted red, so there must be a piece that goes there. You have the amphibious gear, that's supposed to go there. I really do like this aircraft. I almost bought one of these for cheap because it said it was missing bits, and I assumed it was the canopy, but I looked, it didn't look like I was missing anything. And it got sold. Been wanting to get one of these quite a while. I just never have been able to, because people sell them for expensive, and many people only have the vintage ones. Anyways, you have the wings. Now they have like raised lines. It's not the best. These are floats. I'll turn them over. Got bombs. Is that little bit there? Was that? Oh, that's some sort of thing that goes on the spine of the aircraft. There's this thing here. Is this the cone? Is this the nose cone? I don't think so. Oh, I'm not sure. Well, I'll have to look at the instructions to find out what it is. Yeah, what looks like it could be... Here, another wheel. Got an arrestor hook. I think that had one. Then you have the struts. This is probably going to be one of the easier biplanes, as it's only, well, 2 struts on each side, but this one's more a full one. I almost didn't get this because I really wanted to get a modern one because I really like this aircraft. I was going to get the Valon one, but it was almost £30. And I thought that's rather expensive when I could get this Airfix one cheaper. Okay, we got the radial engine. We have 2 sets of amphibious wheels. Let's turn them over. Yeah, one's made for if you're having them retracted, and one's for if you're having them detracted. I think that's the word you'd use, right? You got the instrument panel. Where is that? There it is. That's rather detailed. We've got a machine gun. We've got the floor and for the bulkheads. Looks like we've got another bit here. See, we got a lot of bulkheads. This is one of the better old Airfix kits. I think lots of the later ones, such as the Beagle Bassett, the sooner they get to, well, Airfix planes from the 70s and the late 60s start to get good, because they do have all that raised detail, yet they have simple yet great looking interiors. I probably won't open this, keep them fresh. Just like the D3A1 Airfix produces, the canopy comes in multiple bits, so it can be open if you want. You have these 2 side windows, but it looks like they have to be painted red. Okay, they're good. Let's see what we have in here. We have this pamphlet telling you to join the Airfix Club. Only $15.99 at the time, and you get 2 kits for only that price. I almost paid the same amount for this one model. And these are 2 modern kits. Okay. It says observation craft, the Argentine Navy. I could do, because I have all the colours now. I didn't have yellow before, now I do. I did have the newest boxing of the Airfix Grumman Walrus, which I did want to get because I wanted the other colour scheme. We have mainly the 10th Rescue Squadron. So I see silver edges, which I don't know why they did. That's going to be rather annoying. I'm painting it silver. Oh wait, this is on the top of the wings, which means they're red. We got the iconic anchors of the Argentine Navy. And then we have these common ones. Got the ones for the spinners, the logos. And then the instrument panel. But all I've got to say is they've done a pretty good job on those. Okay. I'd like people to say in the comments whether my microphone sounds good and if they like the new down perspective, because that's really what I wanted to start doing. Let's zoom in. Yeah, the good thing about having it up here is now I don't have to do anything funny. I can just zoom. I can zoom in. So they tell you a lot of colours for this first step. And there seems to be a lot of interior. Then we have number 2, which is assemble all the engines. Oh, and this bit is to hold the prop in place. Okay, so it's not a cone, but it's something to do with the propeller. And they do tell you about some variant only options of pieces. So if you have B, if you do the Argentine Navy, you get to put on the machine gun, which is rather fun. But if you're doing number A, if you're doing the letter A, the 10th Rescue Squadron, you have to put this antenna piece here, but you don't get to do the machine gun. And they actually tell you there's different coloured bits for the wheel well. So it's Humbrol 80 if you're doing B, but if you're doing A, it's 104 plus 135. I'm not sure what colours those are, so I don't know. I guess you've got to find out yourself. And the struts look rather easy, especially these ones. These do the idea I always say about struts, which is put a bit of plastic on the end, or make them so they're all connected together so they go in easy. Look at the old Airfix Avro 504K if you want to see what I mean. And they also do it kind of in the Handley Page Hayford by Matchbox. So all the struts go in rather easy. And then they do some things that say B only, which is the bombs. So if you want to put on the bombs, well, you can't do them on the Alaskan Rescue, because I don't think you're going to be rescuing people with bombs strapped to your wings. You also have the wheels, which they tell you the options. There's a lot of colours, and oh my god, there's just so many numbers here. This is getting confusing. So these are all the pieces. I might do them in, because every time I've done planes that are amphibious, I usually do them with the landing gear raised, because I like to show them in the water, such as my walrus, which I've still got down here. See, that's still got its wheels up. That made a very nice kit from Matchbox. It's missing one of the floats, it just fell off, but I've still got it, so I'll put that back on. Then we have the really bright colours. Let's zoom in on that scheme. So for what you'll need Humbrol 11 silver, which is for the overall colour. Then for half of the wings and the tail surfaces, you'll need to do Humbrol 19 gloss red for the propeller and the anti-glare panel. You need to do matte black for Humbrol. Well, for some of the things like the engines, you'll have to do Humbrol 53 gunmetal, and then for the blue, you'll have to use matte octad blue plus gloss varnish. So that's what that wheel well colour is. So the wheel wells must be the same colour as the blue. This is probably the scheme I want to do. It's very colourful, and I like the silver. Actually, I was building my Lippish P13, and that's got this carriage that holds it. I painted that silver. It was Dura aluminium. That's probably what we'll be using here. That looks very nice. I think that's the scheme I'll be doing. Or we have the Argentine Navy, which is also very tempting because I've never done an Argentine aircraft. It's overall silver again, with matte black for the anti-glare, matte white for... Okay, so some of the tail is matte white. So they tell you to actually paint on the tail, which I don't think many companies do. Well, Airfix definitely don't do this. So it's interesting they tell you to do it here. You have the top wing, which is yellow, and the wheel wells are matte grass green, approximately to ANA 611 interior green. So you could use that instead. Then there's matte middle blue, which is like a really weird baby blue. Then you have matte insignia yellow. So I think the most difficult colour to get is probably going to be matte middle blue. I would probably suggest you mix that, because I don't think there's a whole point of buying a whole new colour that's probably never going to be used unless you do more Argentine aircraft. Overall, I think it's a good kit. Well, let's pull out the box for this final shot. In conclusion, I think this kit is one that's decent. It still kind of holds up. And when I say it holds up, I mean if you don't really want recessed details, or you don't really care about that, and you want some sort of interior but not too much detail on the panels, well, you know, that's the best part, because it's alright. It's not got all of that detail, like I said, but if you don't really care about all that, that's a good kit. And I'm not sure how it goes together, but it should go together rather well. I'm not sure how available it is. I don't think it's readily available on eBay. But if you do manage to find it, especially this version, which I think is the most common, I'd say it's worth to pick up if you want something that's a bit easier to make. So, I shall be uploading probably a few more unboxings. I've got few models to unbox. I only want to unbox ones that don't have videos on. I've got a Douglas F3 by AZ, a Fairy Gannet by Sword, a DH88 Comet, a P1111 by PM Models, a Yamaha Mark A Whippet, and a Blackburn Skewer Mark II. So, I should be uploading builds and unboxings of all of those soon. So I'll see you in another unboxing video very soon.